Drop one F-bomb, man. Boys, I didn't drop one F-bomb. You gotta give me credit.
I have to go potty, but I think it's her thing, isn't it? That was great. I have to go to the bathroom, but I think it's her thing. Is it your thing?
Not like being a superintendent or an NJSI official in this room right now.
Yeah, right?
Another one of our, somebody used the term before Mount Rushmore, Brick Memorial. Another one of those coaches spanned a career of over 4 decades at Brick Memorial as a leader of, 4, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. That's 4 decades.
Oh my God.
Okay? Oh my God. Sorry. In God's honest truth, you still look like, back it was the 1980s. That's the truth. Okay, to induct our next inductee is Crystal's niece, Jacqueline, who is a former cheerleading coach herself at Brick Memorial High School, Jacqueline Marousis-Bush.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that long, but I'm not quite 40 yet, so I think we're okay. It is my distinct honor to introduce this next inductee, Crystal Handchen. Her accomplishments as the Brick Memorial High School cheerleading coach from 1982 until 2014 are astounding, to say the least. She has dedicated her life to the sport of cheerleading, giving over 30 years, which I guess like 40, oh my goodness, to the cultivation of amazing teams and empowering well over 1,000 young women and also men to achieve incredible personal goals and aspirations. That's not too shabby for someone who only made it as an alternate when she began her cheerleading career. Crystal made the Brick Memorial cheerleading program what it is today. You may not walk the halls of Brick Memorial and find all the trophies. She has amassed hundreds of them, like literally hundreds of them, through the years. But Brick Memorial has a closet full of them. True story. True story. She believed in equal opportunity and empowerment, and she always took everyone who tried out. She once told me, if I can't make someone a cheerleader, then I have no business being a coach. I mean, you should have seen some of the cheerleaders when they first started with the program. Their emotions were lacking, some had never cheered before, and many were starting from square one. Many times she preferred these blank slate cheerleaders. She says it's easier to give someone basic skills and build upon that. The ones who came in with prior experience often had bad habits that had to be broken. After weeks of coaching, correcting, yelling and shouting, or what she would just refer to as being very excited and passionate, young girls and boys would emerge the crucible with crisp motions, loud voices, sharp stunts, and a passion that mirrored her own. Aside from maybe her mother, I am her biggest cheerleader. She's one of my heroes. Under her direction, I was a mascot here at Brick Memorial for 9 years. Then I cheered for her for 4 years as a varsity cheerleader and competition team member. As a freshman, I had the honor of being a part of the 1994-95 National Cheerleading Championship team. I also had the distinct honor of also sleeping over her house to practice extra. She would always make a Saturday practice, and we had to be there at like 7:30 in the morning. Well, she would tend to come up with some sort of idea at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then she would wake me up and say, Jacqueline, I had this dream. And she would have me practice until we went to practice, and then I had to practice some more. So that was always a good time. But you know what? Crystal is Crystal. She would change something because she thought it would make a routine better, and it always did. So it was always worth her dreams. My coaching journey began with her when I was 5 months pregnant with my first child, and I now have 4 of them. Back then, I came just to help, and she had sucked me into her world. I really did not want to help out with cheering, but I couldn't say no to one of my favorite aunts. I have a whole bunch of others sitting over there. Yeah, right? And I became an official assistant coach in 2008. Through those years, we worked seamlessly together, often referring to ourselves as being a yin and a yang, which I hear is quite the theme today. Together, we won several national championships and first place trophies. When she retired in 2014 as the head coach, I took over for her. I felt that it was my duty to continue her legacy. I continued to embrace anyone who tried out for cheerleading and often wondered what I got myself into, and I still to this day don't even know why I thought that I could do what she did, because she did it the best I have ever seen. My proudest moment came when she sat on stage next to me as they announced their team not only as national champs, but grand national champs. We won, and I owed everything I ever learned as both a cheerleader and a coach to her. I swore I was done, I was done, Mr. Bruno. I said I was done. I was done. Actually, we were on the bus, and he goes, "So, Coach, you coming back next year?" I said, "No, I'm done." But in true Crystal fashion, she argued I should come back just one more time. I told her I wouldn't do it without her. She agreed, so she came out of retirement, where we had one last hurrah, and it worked. We had a successful regular season and a great competition season, once again taking home national champs. Now she has 3 former cheerleaders to carry out her legacy. Elena Servideo, Kaylin Styling, sorry I don't know your married name. You'll always be a Styling to me. And Haley Letcher. Year after year, she gave tirelessly to the cheerleading program. She may have a big bark, but she is a gentle giant. Some people are only great athletes, some people are great coaches, and very few are both. She is the best cheerleader and cheerleading coach I have ever had the pleasure meeting, and she most certainly deserves tonight's honor. Please welcome Crystal Handchen.
Thanks, Catherine. That was wonderful. Those of you who know me, I don't cry very often in public, but it brought tears to my eyes. Mr. Walsky crying again. I asked you to stand next to me because, yes, please do. Yes. I am proud to be here this evening. A little while ago, Mr. Bruno said, "I can't wait to hear your speech." And I was like, "Speech? I didn't write a speech." And that's the truth, I did. So I sat down and I wrote a few things. For those of you who don't know, I moved to North Carolina, so I flew up here today to be here tonight. And some people have asked me, how is it? Have you adjusted? And I have to say that it was great to walk into this room this evening and see so many familiar faces, because it's only been a short amount of time that I've been in North Carolina, and when you come from a past such as this, and now you don't have that, you're empty. It's different. So this was awesome to be here tonight, and it's even bigger than that, because what I thought when I started to see everyone here, I thought, wow, the people in this room tonight really are the people who took a beginning and brought it to what it is today. And it's so great to be a part of that. And it's just amazing that we think 1980 those doors opened, and here it is 2017, and all that's been accomplished, and really, if you think about it, it's a short amount of time. So I did write some things down, and I would like to reference those. So again, it's awesome to have be here this evening receiving such a worthy award and an honor, to be here among so many important people who have played an integral part in making Brooke Memorial an awesome school. As an educator and coach, I made a lifelong commitment to change lives, so this is not just about coaching, but about creating leaders and strong women through cheerleading who go on to make a difference in the lives of others. I'd like to thank the committee for including me in this class of inductees, my family, sitting at the table, my mother, for all the years of sacrifice, bringing me to cheerleading, and my family for having me walk around. Anyone involved in cheerleading knows what happens. You walk around your house and all you're doing is slapping and clapping and stomping. I still do that. She's right. It is a passion. Breaking mirrors, standing in mirrors, cheering in mirrors. My family, who came to many cheer competitions to cheer me on when I was cheerleading, and then of course while we were coaching. Also my friends and my supporters. And I would like to recognize very special people in the room tonight, starting with Jacqueline, who was our first mascot when I started coaching, Christina Autenreith, my niece, and Kaylin Stalin, remember, a couple of years, yep. And then behind every great coach are great assistants. So I'd like to recognize Sue Smith. Quick story about Sue Smith, Sue Boyle at the time. So we needed an assistant coach. And Mr. Rayo, I was on my way to practice, and Mr. Rayo stops me and he says, Coach, I found you an assistant coach. And I was like, okay, do they know anything about cheerleading? Well, no, they don't know anything about cheerleading. I was like, well, that's not good. He's like, no. She's a great teacher. You'll really like her. And I was like, okay. And so I met her, and we hit it off right away, became best friends. We were in each other's wedding. And a story about this, though, is the girls, Maria's group, right? They said, oh, Miss Boyle, we need a cheer coach. You would be great for a cheer coach. All you have to do is bring a book and sit there, and you can read your book. Is that right, Sue? Oh, far from the truth. And she would always tell that story. So, great assistant coach. Also in this room, my sister Karen, she was an assistant coach. We went to California and were very successful there. Linda Mullen, back there, yep. Yep. Elena, our current coach, and Jacqueline. Also in the room, we have Christy, and we have Jill. Give them a hand, yes. We also have Maria, my sister. Of course, Elena and Kaylin, who are, as Coach M said, we call her Coach M. They took over the legacy to perpetuate that. And I also would like to recognize a very special participant in cheerleading. One of my favorite students of all time, and I actually am her favorite teacher of all time, is Tashawna Smith, a student at Brick Memorial. And just for those of you who don't know, Tashawna works for the United States government, and I'm so proud to say that she is a U.S. diplomat, and she's currently assigned working at the UN. And when she found out that this dinner was happening, she said to Coach M, I have to be there. Tashawna is due for her second child in 3 weeks. And she said to me tonight, she said, just so you know, I trumped Trump to be here for you. So I love you, Tashawna, very much, and I appreciate you doing that. Such an honor to have her here, such an honor to be among so many people who have perpetuated the sports at Brick Memorial. And as a cheer coach, and starting in 1980 as the gymnastics coach and the cheer coach in 82, it's so great to see, again, what everyone's been referencing. They were boys, you were girls, and now you're men, successful, and you're successful women. And it's such an honor to have coached you or watched you on the playing field. And coaches who I watched you coach throughout the years, again, it's such an honor. Being in a different environment and trying to do the same thing in this new environment that I'm in. I'm going through the same struggles that you mentioned, Dennis, with that change. So I see that. And I also... something really funny and ironic, when I walked in this evening, the cheerleaders greeted me, which was wonderful. And I'm looking at their uniforms. I'm like, The school that I'm coaching at in Pinehurst, it's called Pinecrest High School. And their colors are green, gold, and white. So I can't get away from the green, gold, and white. Which is fine because I still have green, gold, and white coaching uniforms. They're the Patriots, though, which is a little awkward because you would expect them to be red, white, and blue. And when I walked in this evening, I was taken aback because we purchased new uniforms for the girls in Pinecrest, and Elena and Kaylin and Haley purchased, ironically, the same exact uniform this year for our Brick Memorial girls. And if that is not a connection, that it's unbelievable. And I just want to share that with everyone. And there are days when I'm coaching the girls down at Pinecrest and I say, green, golden, white, Mustangs. Oh, I'm sorry. And they're like, oh no, that's okay, Coach. We understand. And so I continue the legacy that I started here. I'm trying to continue that down there. It's an honor and a privilege to be here this evening. And it's an honor and a privilege to be among so many important and worthy people. Again, thank you to my family for coming out this evening. And thank you for the committee for realizing that all that was done in the last 4 decades sounds like a long time, yes, that I want to thank Mr. Bruno too, because I drove him crazy a lot. I did. You can admit that. Yes, but it was a good crazy. And Mr. Sarluca for your support when you first became the athletic director. Yeah, just great to be here, and thank you so much. Elena and Kaylin, and I know Haley's not here. Where are you girls? Okay, my girls, stand up, please. No, you have to stand. Yes. I want to, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for taking on the role, because I can retire and walk away knowing that our program that was started in 1980 by Mrs. Bonnie Burke and that continued throughout the years with great head coaches, assistant coaches, that you're going to perpetuate it. Keep posting things, because every Friday night after the game I look, and you don't know that, but yeah, I do. I look because the passion that I have now you see, and I just wish you best of luck and continue. You're doing a great job. Thank you, everyone.
Nervous. Was she the last one?